I really like the saying, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
Rubbin's racing from
yeah,
Days
rubbing.
and Thunder.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not training with guys and simulating like tracks and simulating the racing, it's kind of hard to do that. Like we all play ice hockey and stuff like that in like men's leagues and or whatever, and there's like kind of minor contact there, and I think it's a misconception in our sport that we're allowed to make contact. Incidental contact is okay, but going out of your way to check someone you can get disqualified for that race, and then your night or weekend's over. But it's also not advantageous for you to make contact with another rider, because when you make contact with the other rider, it slows the two of you down, and the other two have the opportunity to pass. So yeah, that's that. But I mean, there's also some really great training facilities that I like to train at before my season starts. My favorite one is in San Diego at this place called Claremont Skate Park. They actually modeled this track or these ramps off of our sport, and they call it a skater cross track, and it's got like it's got a pretty much an entire track with a drop, turns, and like pretty big, like I think 15-foot gaps and stuff like that on some of the jumps. So
damn. Is so like what's the longevity factor? Like like you get into it fairly young. Are guys like kind of washed out in their 20s? I mean, is it like you have a very small window, or is it the fact that the older you get, the more technical you get, and the better you are at it?
Actually, the average age is pretty. Actually, the one of the guys did this for the men and the women and the juniors for the average age, and the average age is a lot older than you think. But we have different divisions. We have a junior division, which is up until I think it's 20 years old, or maybe even 21, and then yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends. I mean, I'm 34 years old, and I get stronger and faster every year, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're still racing." So like, why would I quit if I'm still getting better every year? But yeah, I mean, the more you do it, the more efficient you get, and yeah, the kind of the better you are at it, the less risky it is, obviously. But yeah, it's for the survival of the sport, we're trying to get as many people as involved as young as we can. We do this thing called Kids Cross for at every race, where we try to get just like at any age of kids that go down the track and get some get experience on the track. But yeah, it's like it's if guys are still playing hockey, it's kind of a tough sell. Like we've talked to like hockey players and then guys that have had some success on the track. Like, hey, do you want to compete this winter? And they're like, my coach is not going to let me like compete. Like they're it's the same season as ice hockey. So kind of dealing with that, but yeah, it's just kind of all over the board. There's guys older than me, there's guys younger than me, and yeah, I think like I said, the sport's 20 years young. We're still in our infancy stage, and I think we're just trying to still find our groove as a sport, and still kind of guys are kind of coming in at all different kinds of ages, and having success and peaking at different ages for sure. And it's so we're just discovering things as we go.